Hi, my name is Andre, and today I'm going to introduce you to BotTalk. BotTalk lets you create complex Alexa skills using simple markup language. And just for you to be aware, this is not a tutorial. This will not make you an expert in BotTalk, but it's rather a soft introduction to what this platform can do, so you can probably get excited and try some of the more deeply engaging tutorials out there. So let's get started. First of all, you need to log in with your Amazon account, and this is done so that the BotTalk could get the information from your Amazon account and could post on your behalf in the Amazon developer tools. So as you can see, I've got a couple of skills that I already created, but your dashboard here will probably be empty. I'll go ahead and click to create new skill. You can name a skill right here. I'm gonna name it Berlin coins. And here you can choose the language where which your skill will be using. For now, we'll just leave it at US. We've built some templates or kind of blueprints for you, so you could really fast start your skill development process. I recommend you look at the skills, at these templates at the later moment. For now, I'm gonna go with an empty skill, and then all you have to do is just finish a creation and launch the skill editor. This is the skill editor that lets you kind of create your skills in this markup language. This language is called YAML. It's been used for ages. If you've been writing in Ruby on Rails or Symfony, you are probably familiar with this language as a configuration language, but it's we're using it for skill creation. It's very powerful language, and the only thing that you should kind of know about it, it doesn't support tabs. So all these white spaces are made with white spaces. Do not use tabs. If you accidentally use tabs and try to save it, then BotTalk will warn you that you have a problem there. If you fix it, here you go, there will be no errors. So let's create some basic thing. If you could see this whole thing is divided in three major tabs. The main is where your main logic resides. The intents are self-explanatory. Those are the intents name and the uterances that are following, and the slots. So in these basic empty thing, we have already cancel intent, stop intent, and help intent, and the steps that react to those intents. Let's write something easy, something we could start with. Hello world. As you can see, this is the first step, and we're sending a text to a user and waiting for his response. Let's just save it and go ahead and run the first test. BotTalk lets you automatically test everything that you wrote. As you can see, on the left here test is running, open Berlin coins. So this is the skill invocation, and then our first step is executed, and the tester is choosing the cancel intent to cancel this step. The tester automatically chooses some some of those intents, so you can rerun the test, and now it shows stop, Sometimes it could choose help. As you can see, it shows help here, and then run the first step again. So let's deploy it quickly after we run the test. The Berlin coins does not exist yet, so we are creating a new one, or rather the deployer is creating a new skill for you, and it's creating an interaction model, saving them. All of it is happening automatically, and it's gonna take a while, as you might imagine, but it takes exactly the same amount of time as it would if you would create it using the Node.js SDK from Amazon, or using their developer console. Okay, it's successfully deployed to Alexa, so it's done building. And if you go ahead and go to Amazon Alexa developer account and go to the skills section, you could see the Berlin coin skill that we just created. Invocation is the thing that we actually put here. As you can see, the invocation Berlin coins. It takes the name of the skill as invocation by default, and if you go ahead and test it, and say like something like open Berlin coins.
Hello world.
Yeah, as you can see, it took our first step, hello world. And the cool thing is that you can actually edit everything here and save it. And as long as you don't touch intents and slot sections, it will update automatically. So we close it or cancel it. And then
here's a bye-bye text.
Open Berlin coins again.
Hello Berlin.
Here you go. So you can actually start writing your skills right away. But for you, for you to do that, you've got to understand the basic of that. You can still read the full documentation right here. There's a link right there. It's not a very big documentation, so it's about 15 minutes read. And you can also follow us on the Medium channel, where we wrote the kind of big comprehensive guide. But for now, I'm just going to show you how these steps connect with each other. So this initial step has the action, and the action is something that the step is doing. So send text is one of the actions. There are also actions like send a card. For example, here you can use this in order for you to display a card on your Alexa device that actually has the display, or in the Alexa app. So here is the title of your card, and the text of the card goes here. If you can write longer texts, that is cool. Okay, and I actually found this photo right here. I'm gonna copy the image of it, and it's just a Bitcoin photo. I'm gonna use it as an image. If I save it and then rerun this again, open Berlin coins.
Hello Berlin.
You can see right here that it already displaying the card that I'm using. And as with the text send text action, you can actually change it to everything you want, actually, basically, and it'll be displayed there on the fly. So you can change this image, you're saving it, and once again open Berlin coins.
Hello Berlin.
Pretty cool, right? So we are supporting several outputs. Among them is the card action, and what follows is the get input. Get input is something is actually doesn't have any contents right here, because all the contents is in the next section. And get input is what the Alexa skill is waiting for the user to say. And for now we have like 3 intents. All of these are automatic Amazon intents, right? So in order for you to kind of get the taste of how it might be to write a skill using BotTalk, we're going to introduce a new intent. Hello Berlin, how are you today? And fine. Is going to, fine is the name of the intents we're going to introduce, and then a colon, and then the link to the next step. So if the user says fine, then we gotta link it to a next step, and then we're gonna call it a fine step, and just create it right here. We're gonna the step is starting with the dash name, fine step, and it's gonna have these actions, send text. Great to hear that. I'm fine too. Yeah, and it could also be that this step doesn't have any get input, so it doesn't expect you to do anything. And yeah, so if you go ahead into intents and create a new intent, fine intent with the utterances of fine, perfect, and stuff like that, or something like awesome, and click save. After you touch the intent section, you have to redeploy, so you have to push the deploy button again, and for as you can see now, the skill already exists now. So we just have to add some stuff to the interaction model, and now it's building. Yeah, so basically, once again, this is the initial step. We're gonna say hello Berlin, and we're gonna ask people how are they today, and there are like 4 choices that folks that people can actually answer with. There's a choice of all these 3 automatic intents like cancel, stop, and help, and there's one custom intent that we called fine. So if you go ahead and say, look at the deploy, it is deployed. So let's open it once again. Open Berlin coins.
Hello, Berlin. How are you today?
Let's choose fine.
Great to hear that. I am fine too.
Great. So open Berlin coins once again.
Hello, Berlin. How are you today?
I'm awesome.
Great to hear that. I am fine too.
Great. So yeah, so it's basically what we did. We connected the first step to another step, and that's it. This is the whole kind of logic that you have to kind of know. After get input, the step is waiting for some intent, and when you provide the intent, you should link it to the next step. So that's basically what you need to know about the linking of the skill. So there are a couple of interesting things that you could also do with the skills, but we will cover them in the later videos.